All right, y'all, we are back with another video. I definitely had to bring y'all this. Seemed like we got, some more news regarding this killer that is still on the loose. It seemed like now that the FBI has released some photos and now offering $100,000 reward of anybody who can identify him, that knows exactly who he is and stuff like that. But we do have photos. Not only that, they did recover the gun that the assassin used. And you won't believe what they said was written on it. So like I said, y'all, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And like I said, please put rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, in the comments section. You still got some stupid people out here, these crazy leftists, all on Twitter celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. That right there is just freaking insane. I'm just so sick of all of these people. Why are you sitting here celebrating a man getting shot? A man that had a family. Now he leaves his wife, his 2 children, and you got people on here laughing. Like, that ain't no joke. That's not funny. This right here should have never happened. So, like, hopefully they find this clown and he gets the death penalty, because that's exactly what's going to happen. So like I said, they have released photos and they have found the gun, and it seems like they're getting closer and closer and finding out who this guy is, like with the footprints and all of this. So we're going to go ahead and dive straight into it. And like I said, shout out to everybody who's been watching the video. Like I said, I've been trying to keep y'all up to date with everything going on, because I really want them to find this killer. They need to find him, get him off the streets. Get him off the streets immediately. So like I said, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into it. Now, before we get into like some of the reports, let's check this out by Liberal Hive Mind real quick.
So we got some breaking news here. The FBI has actually released 2 photos of the suspected individual. This is the person of interest in the Charlie Kirk shooting. As you can see, it looks like CCTV footage. We got an individual here wearing a black shirt, a baseball cap, and sunglasses. People have actually identified the shirt that this individual was wearing. They found it online. Now, obviously, some leftists are suggesting, oh, well, he was a patriot. He's got an American flag and eagle on his shirt. He must have been a Charlie Kirk supporter. Actually, it's not an eagle on the shirt. I found a zoomed in.
That is stupid that liberals would say that, oh, he's a Charlie Kirk. So why would a Charlie Kirk supporter shoot him? Like, these people are crazy. They just say anything.
Photo. It looks to be an American flag with some sort of grunge and distortion effect on top of it. Now, of course, leftists are now jumping to the conclusion, claiming, oh, he must have been a right-wing patriot, a Charlie Kirk supporter. That's obviously a ridiculous conspiracy theory and distraction. You know how I know that? Well, firstly, why would a Charlie Kirk supporter shoot Charlie Kirk?
Exactly.
And secondly, we're now learning that the ATF leak document that Steven Crowder initially reported on was 100% accurate. The New York Post is reporting that the gun's been recovered, and the ammo did indeed bore pro-trans and anti-fascist messaging. Here's the official FBI photo of the gun. You'll see it's a bolt-action rifle with a pretty significant scope on top of it. So this has been confirmed as yet again another leftist act of terrorism, another trans or trans-adjacent, trans-supporting domestic terrorist. And if you think that the media reporting could get any worse, well, of course it always does now, doesn't it? CNN is reporting that sources claim that phrases relating to cultural issues were scrawled on the rifle and ammo found near Charlie Kirk's shooting.
So they up here censoring the word and gonna drop it and put cultural issues. CNN they just gotta go. MSNBC, they just gotta go. This is insane. They gonna really put cultural issues?
You know, cultural issues. Oh, cultural writings. How incredibly infuriating. But pretty much par for the course, what we're used to having to deal with. They're continuing to run cover for the Democrats and this extreme culture that they've cultivated. But anyways, that's pretty much it. That's the confirmed individual, and a confirmation that this was, in fact, yet again another leftist act of terror in the name of trans issues, not cultural issues. CNN, get it freaking right.
See, and they don't care. They just say any freaking thing. This is insane for them to say cultural issues, because they're trying to censor out the word that should have been used. So let's get right into this. This is what the FBI had released. They said the FBI is offering a reward of up to $100,000 for information leading to the identification and arrest of the individual responsible for the murder of Charlie Kirk on September 10th, 2025. At Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah, pretty much showing you that the contact number and stuff like that. And you can see right in here. So, like I said, what you just seen a little earlier, this is the photo right here. And not only that, they do say they got video evidence of this guy, but they not going to release it yet. So as soon as they release the video evidence of this guy, I guess they got the evidence of him climbing a building. I think, I'm not for sure, but they say they got video evidence of him. And as soon as that drop, I will bring that video to y'all. We got to get this guy off the street. We got to find him. He said, we are asking for the public's help identifying this person of interest in connection with the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. Pretty much at 1-800, call the FBI. So, and like I said, you can see Benny Johnson, he posted breaking the Utah Department of Public Safety has postponed its press conference on the assassination of Charlie Kirk, citing rapid developments in our investigation. And you can see right here, they said this is where the guy was laying at when he was taking his shot. You can see like right in this picture here, where you see like this right here, that's where he was laying at. And this is where Charlie Kirk was sitting at under the tent. And that's how he was able to shoot him like that. Say breaking photos have been released showing the sniper's nest used in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Like, this is sad, man. It's like something you look at this, you like, man, this just can't be real. When I first seen it, I was like, this got to be a lie. It just has to be a lie. And the most sickening part is seeing what that guy, I think on MSNBC said, but he got fired. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you go on the channel and check out my video from earlier today. And that guy got fired for saying some crazy stuff like Charlie Kirk deserved what he got. And MSNBC fired him. But obviously we can see right here this is where the guy was laying at when he shot Charlie Kirk. And this is another little up close. You can see like the little prints right here where he was laying at. This is insane, man. Just freaking insane. Now I do want to check this out about Benny. He did, interview Anna Paulina Luna. He said, following Charlie Kirk's assassination, Representative Anna Paulina Luna announces legislation to designate Antifa as a terrorist organization and impose capital punishment for its crimes.
What should happen next to the political left? There is so much dark money that is pumped into terrorist groups. We've tracked it on this program.
I have legislation that would currently ban Antifa or categorize Antifa as a terrorist organization. From what I know, some of these left-wing groups, I don't even want to say blue dog Democrats, because they're actually in the process of poaching these seats and getting out these blue dogs that typically have the same values. I would argue that, a very moderate Republican would. Again, it's not every Democrat, right? We have people that are leaving the Democrat Party in droves, but this is specifically a leftist ideology that has been calling people like us Nazis, fascists, everything else in between. They reject Christianity. They reject the concept of nationalism. They think that if you want a family, that you're too trad and somehow anti-feminist. They oppress people, use minorities for their own causes to fundraise, and it's a hate movement. Yes. And so there has to be examples made. There needs to be massive punitive action against these people. There needs to be capital punishment, zero tolerance for people that are committing acts of murder and violence against people based on their civil liberties, the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. But more importantly, people need to get involved, and you can't be quiet. You can't just stick on the internet and comment and say, this sucks. What is Congress going to do about it? No. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to get involved?
Salute to Anna, man. And like I said, we definitely need justice. You can see right here, this is when his daughter was, running on to the, running up to him. He was hugging her and stuff like that. Just amazing, man. Like this, like thing with, like I said, his daughter, man, his wife. Wow, man, it just makes you want to cry, man. Man, stuff like that. And Benny said, thank you, Fox News, publishing my humble thoughts honoring American and Christian martyr, Charlie Kirk. Oh, man. Just saying salute to Benny, man, because I know Benny and Charlie was very, very close. And you see right here by Colin Rugg, he posted it as well. So everybody just kind of getting you everybody's feedback and what's going on. Say just in, the FBI announced they're offering $100,000 for information leading to the arrest of Charlie Kirk's assassin. The FBI is offering a reward up to $100,000, leading to the identification and arrest of the individuals. And this video right here is with Charlie Kirk. You know, I think he did like this interview like 2 hours before he went to the campus. There was 2 hours before he went to the campus. So it said less than 2 hours before he was shot, Charlie Kirk opened up about one of his favorite verses in the Bible, declaring that God is working all things towards an ultimate God.
My favorite verses, though, is Romans 8:28, which it says that God works all things for good for those who love him. It's a very freeing and liberating verse for those of us that are Christians, because we believe that when things can be really bad, God is working it for his good, his perfect and pleasing will, which is a very, very hard teaching when you come across business closures or staff layoffs. But it's very liberating that God is working all things towards an ultimate good. So I love that, and it kind of is very freeing that I don't have to be in charge of everything. And there is a God, and I'm not him, and I surrender to his will. I appreciate that.
Salute to Charlie Kirk, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Charlie, man. Now, President Trump did make an announcement earlier today, right here by Colin Rugg, said President Trump announces he will be posthumously awarding Charlie Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Before we begin, let me express the horror and grief so many Americans at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk have felt. Charlie was a giant of his generation, a champion of liberty, and an inspiration to millions and millions of people. Our prayers are with his wonderful wife, Eric, and his beautiful children. Fantastic people they are. We miss him greatly, yet I have no doubt that Charlie's voice and the courage he put into the hearts of countless people, especially young people, will live on. I'm pleased to announce that I will soon be awarding Charlie Kirk posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The date of the ceremony will be announced, and I can only guarantee you one thing, that we will have a very big crowd. Very, very big.
Salute to President Trump for doing that, man. Like I said, just a sad situation. And then I remember this right here was the clip of Colin Rugg said Charlie Kirk on how he wanted to be remembered.
How do you want to be remembered?
I mean, if I die?
Everything just goes away. How would you, if you could be associated with one thing, how would you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. The most important thing is my faith in my life.
How do you want to be remembered?
Yeah, I know that it's somewhat object of mockery to say thoughts and prayers, but thoughts and prayers for his family. And they need it from all of us. And Jesse's right. If they could do this, they are capable of anything. I think that was the message. I believe that was the message. It's really hard to radicalize Republicans.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're not the radical type. But if you thought that you were going to shut a movement down, you're going to get a rude awakening. You woke us the fuck up.
And we will.
Now, as y'all can see right here, pretty much by J.D. Vance. It said after J.D. Vance meets with Charlie Kirk's family and friends today in Utah, Charlie's casket will be flown to Phoenix, Arizona on Air Force Two, per News Nation. Usher Vance will be there as well. Like I said, man, just a sad situation, man. Then this is just very hard, man. And by Eric Daughter said, breaking, Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna is pushing to have Speaker Mike Johnson place a statue of Charlie Kirk in the United States Capitol. Pretty much saying that we call upon you to direct that a statue of Charlie Kirk be placed in the United States Capitol. And I agree, it should be. It should be. Now, here we go right here. This is Chuck Schumer them pretty much saying that we should all be coming together, but yet his party is the reason this happened. His party tried to take out President Trump not once, but twice. And not only that, his same party just took out, Charlie Kirk. And you can tell these Democrats just don't care. They don't care about anybody that supports President Trump. They've been saying this for the longest. Comparing Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens, just everybody that support President Trump, calling them Nazis and calling President Trump Hitler and all type of stuff. This is the stuff that they've been pushing this entire time. Now all of a sudden they want to say we should come together. But yet they'll say that and get right back on TV pushing violence. Oh, I can't wait till something happen to President Trump. I can't wait till something happen to J.D. Vance. I can't wait till something happen to this person. This is what they constantly do. So check this out by Nick Sardi. He say Chuck Schumer on Charlie Kirk. Coming together is where we ought to be doing, not pointing fingers of blame. And Nick said, no, screw you, Chuck. Your party did this. Years of Democrats calling conservatives literal Nazis did this. We pointed the finger and it's pointed at you.
Well, look, the bottom line is this is a time that all Americans should come together and feel and mourn what happened. Violence, which affects so many different people of so many different political persuasions, is an affliction of America. And coming together is what we ought to be doing, not pointing fingers of blame.
This moment requires leadership that brings the American people together as opposed to trying to further divide us. Political violence in any form against any American is unacceptable, should be denounced by everyone, and moving forward, we have to figure out a better way to come together, not as Democrats or Republicans, but as Americans.
So why do you would say this, but then y'all turn around and still compare President Trump and everybody support him to Nazis? That's why I say you can't listen to the Democrat Party because this is what they do, just trying to cover up. When they are the blame for this. They are the blame for what happened to Charlie Kirk. And they know it. You can see it all on Hakeem Jeffries' face. To this day, what they do, they still call President Trump Hitler. To compare him to the most evilest person ever. Why? Because they're trying to get him taken out. And you got these lunatics, leftists, that's celebrating it. Why didn't Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer get on camera and say, look, I understand there's a lot of us liberals out here, but y'all need to stop, celebrating that Charlie Kirk is dead. Why they don't get on camera and say that? Because they don't care. They don't care at all. So this one right here is about Eric Daughter. Said representing the AOC cancels her event tonight and a rally this weekend after Charlie Kirk was murdered for security reasons and respect for him. And again, like I said, these people don't care about Charlie Kirk at all. They don't care about him at all. And we ain't going to fall for it because we already know they're going to be right back on TV, pretty much saying the same thing. They're going to be right back on TV. Just wait till about a week or so. They're going to be right back on TV comparing everybody to Nazis that supports President Trump. That's exactly what they're going to do. So, and then if you look at this one right here, she said they desperately want to put the cat back in the bag, knowing what their supporters have been saying must finally be registering with these soulless goals. There will never be any unity with these people who have revealed their true hands. So this woman here acting like she really cared about Charlie Kirk, but yet somebody in the comment section just went off on her, pretty much saying that just yesterday when it happened, she said a Trump supporter shot Charlie Kirk. Now today, she want to act like she's all sad and she really care. That's what I'm saying. These people on MSNBC, they don't care at all. CNN don't care at all. ABC don't care at all. CBS don't care at all. None of them care. That's why they still getting on there saying rude and crazy stuff, pretty much coming out still saying that Charlie Kirk deserved what happened to him. And it's just wrong. Check this out.
In that attack. It was an attack on a man, but it was also an attack on the foundation of this country, on the idea that we are able to talk to each other, disagree with each other, debate each other, yell at each other even. We don't physically harm each other. We don't murder each other. We certainly don't justify it or make excuses for it.
So why is y'all on air every day calling Donald Trump Hitler? Why do y'all do that? And like I said, this woman, according to the comment section, this woman yesterday was just saying a Trump supporter killed him. That just go to show you these people are hypocrites. They are two-faced. They get in front of the camera and just say some stuff. Then behind closed door, they celebrating that it happened to them. And Charlie Kirk was always, willing to, challenge people. He go to events knowing that a lot of the people don't like him or don't agree with him, but he wanted to debate them. Hey, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. You tell me how you feel. And then this just happened to him. This is insane, man. This is insane. Like I said, rest in peace to Charlie Kirk, man. Rest in peace. And may God, please bless over his family, his wife, his 2 kids. It's just sad, man. Then he was only 31 years old. 31.
Charlie Kirk was a husband and a father of 2 young kids. Kids, as the First Lady movingly put it, who will now be raised with stories of their father instead of memories of him. That should horrify you. It should depress you. No matter how you feel about Charlie Kirk or his political ideas or gun violence in general, we are supposed to be a nation of reason and choice. The best arguments win, not the strongest fist, not the truest bullet. So what are we now? Who are we now? And what direction do we want? Do we want to move in? It's a question for all of us.
No, it's a question for the Democrats is the one that's pushing this rhetoric. It's a question for the people you support. You support the Democrats the same way y'all supported it when President Trump almost got taken out in Butler. Well, what did you have people saying from MSNBC? Oh, I wish it would have happened. Oh, the day talking about, I'm more mad at the shooter because he didn't get Trump. This is the crap that they push every single day. Every single day they push this nonsense about President Trump and his supporters, everybody that support him. They do it all the time, every day, all day. And thank God Scott Jennings is one of the only ones over there that really call it right down the middle.
Joining us now to get the latest on the story, we have NBC News correspondent.
So like I said, if you look, a lot of people just, wasn't happy at all. Say, pull MSNBC off the air. It is just, like I said, it's just crazy. She said, then right here by Vin, he said, as I posted, they have been falling all over themselves today, talking about what a loving and kind man Charlie was. We're hypocrites. This is nothing but CYA. So, everybody talking about, say, hey, that MSNBC clip about the FBI releasing photos of a person interest in Charlie Kirk's assassination is intense. So, people is not, playing around with this, man. It is just insane that something like this happened. And what this right here say, fire this woman and revoke the license of MSNBC. Yesterday, she told her viewers the killer was a Trump supporter who was firing in the air to show his support for Trump. How can this demon remain on the air? Man, this is sad. Like I said before, this is sad, man. I'm telling you, this is kind of hard doing these type of videos. It is just sad, but I'm gonna try my best to keep y'all up to date. Like I said, as soon as the FBI release video surveillance, hopefully they find this person, get him in jail, and this person need the death penalty immediately. So like I said, I will keep y'all up to date. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel with your notifications on. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.